Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Unknown. I am standing here right above the smoking remains of the last episode where we covered the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And I have to say, it was a lot of fun playing with TNT again, but today we are not destroying, but we are building. More specifically, the palace of Abimelech. And because Abimelech was the king of Gerar, and we have no information on the style of the building, I will start by looking for a location that fits the scenery. So it's basically a lot of sand and a river with grass alongside it. Let's fly around for a little bit and see what we can find. And I think this right here is the location we are going for. There's a buried pyramid on the left side here that I haven't seen this way before, but I think it looks quite fun. But we will of course ignore that for now, because we are looking for this river that you can see right here, and we are going to the hill in the distance. And this hill is basically the base for our palace, and as you can see it's quite near to the place where we filmed the story of Easter and Sodom and Gomorrah. As you can see, the layout I made is way too big for this hill, but you can already see the idea I'm going for. In the back you can see the smaller part where we will have the main building, and the front part basically is a big atrium. And I'm going for a style here with lots of pillars and sandstone and stripped oak log. And I think this will look really great. And I think it's a style that's roughly fitting. And I think it's not too far off from the original style. As you can see, I began by adding stairs. Well, of course, it's a palace and we need a big entrance. So we will have these wide stairs that lead up the hill, up to the palace, and the entrance will be the same width as these stairs. But now, we have to address the elephant in the room. We have to start terraforming. And you all know, I'm not that good at terraforming, or flying as it seems, but I'll do my best. The hill is finally finished, and it took me a while, but I am quite happy with the result. I think it looks nice and natural from all sides, and is now big enough for the palace. And while I was terraforming, a few things happened that I will show you right now. Visiting creepers. The worst timed freeze frame. And this clip shows the main reason why building near ravines with sand is never a good idea. It's just falling down. Everything. And it keeps on falling. The archery trying zombie. The next clips just get one title. The Hole. And of course, getting scared by the ravine. Why am I building next to them? But we've had enough fun now. We have a palace to build. So let's continue with the outer pillars. The very first part of the palace is now complete. And it is already starting to look like a palace, kind of. You can see where we are going. And I added these small arches all the way around to add a little bit of detail, so it looks nice when you're going through this archway. But of course we have to start on everything inside the walls now. I've already made the layout for these pillars. So let's make another very short time lapse. Just ignore this fellow over here. To get these pillars done, get the roof to the pillars and prepare everything for the building in the back. Just kidding, I didn't prepare anything for the building in the back, but instead I added some more arches around the atrium. And I think it looks way better this way, because it's way more open, has more decorations, and you can see the sun shining through the atrium. And I just enjoy flying through here, and occasionally crash into pillars. Of course I will get the building in the back now, so let's jump into the next time lapse. Here's a little trick for you when you want to place stairs in a specific way. So you can see I'm placing the slab here, going through the pillars, and now I'm placing the stairs. And I can only place these stairs the right way, because if I hit the gap below the slab, I can't place the stair, as you can see here. So of course I have to jump again, but I don't have to deal with wrongly placed stairs. Hope this helps. I got scared so hard, as you can see in this clip, but there's a real party down here. There's every monster you can imagine. And there are some parties down here with spiders and with skeletons, and it's time to place some torches. Because I can see myself dying over here, because I'm mining some blocks and falling down into this hole. And that's not something I want to happen. Even though this is just one cut away for you, I've built the interior for the first and second floor of the big building. So you can see, we will just take this left door over here. Basically everything is mirrored, so it doesn't make a difference. And we get to this room with a staircase up to the top, where we get a great view of the atrium. And we can go down the stairs on the other side, which is basically the same, as I said, just mirrored. And take a look down in the basement. The basement is not finished yet, but we will get to that. You can already see the hallway over here. And we got a room for the throne that sits right over here, so the king has a nice place to stay. And I think the lighting looks really great at night. But not everything is lit up, so we still have to be careful with monsters spawning, like it's the case here. So this place is not the safest for the bed. Let's make ourselves a bedroom. Just adding the final curtains, and the bedroom's done. This is a bedroom that's fitting for a king. I actually want to stay here. It's looking nice. But as you can see, everything is finished now. The whole palace is in place. And we can start with the story for today's episode, which is Genesis 20. Let's get into it. Abram and Abimelech. From there, Abram journeyed toward the territory of the Negev, and lived between Kadesh and Shur, and he sojourned in Gerar. And Abram said of Sarah his wife, "She is my sister." And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, "Behold, you are a dead man, because of the woman whom you have taken, for she is a man's wife." Now Abimelech had not approached her, so he said, "Lord, will you kill an innocent people? Did he not himself say to me, 'She is my sister'? And she herself said, 'He is my brother.' In the integrity of my heart and the innocence of my hands I have done this." Then God said to him in a dream, "Yes, I know that you have done this in the integrity of your heart. And it was I who kept you from sinning against me. Therefore I did not let you touch her. Now then, return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, so that he will pray for you, and you shall live. But if you do not return her, know that you shall surely die, you and all who are yours." So Abimelech rose early in the morning, and called all his servants, and told them all these things. And the men were very much afraid. Then Abimelech called Abram, and said to him, "What have you done to us? And how have I sinned against you, that you have brought on me and my kingdom a great sin? You have done to me things that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said to Abram, What did you see that you did this thing? Abram said, I did it because I thought, There's no fear of God at all in this place, and they will kill me because of my wife. Besides, she is indeed my sister, the daughter of my father, though not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. And when God caused me to wander from my father's house, I said to her, This is the kindness you must do to me. At every place to which we come, say of me, He is my brother. Then Abimelech took sheep and oxen, and male servants and female servants, and gave them to Abraham, and returned Sarah his wife to him. And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before you. Dwell where it pleases you. To Sarah he said, Behold, I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. It is a sign of your innocence in the eyes of all who are with you, and before everyone you are vindicated. Then Abram prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, and also healed his wife and female slaves, so that they bore children. For the Lord had closed all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abram's wife. And this concludes Genesis 20. And you could see there are many similarities between Genesis 20 and Genesis 12, where they make the same mistake of calling themselves brother and sister. And it leads to basically the same outcome. And if you haven't seen Genesis 12 yet, you can go to the start of the series where we started off with Genesis 12, and you can check out the playlist where all the episodes are in. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, enjoyed the build, enjoyed this palace, and I'm sorry this episode did not come out in time, but I of course wanted to finish the palace, and I didn't have the time beforehand. So here it is, 1 week later. But I think it was worth the wait. And with that being said, I hope to see you all in the next episode, or see you earlier in the chat. Have a good one, and goodbye.